It's time for Let's Play and Chat, and I just typed in, you guys ready for some Diablo-like action on the Nintendo Switch? This is a game called Victor Vran, so it has my name in it, so right away I paid attention to that, and I thought, let's give this a shot. I've heard some good things. Let's play some Victor Vran and get into it. My buddy Blake Siefken is going to come and join us, and you know the deal. It's Let's Play and Chat. If you've got a comment or a question, help us out by going all caps for some of it at least, so it pops out on the screen a little bit, and we will do our best to address your concerns here. But we're not the complaint department.
Did you kill the music?
I did kill the music. Let's jump into this. Victor Vran. Let's go.
Just gotta make sure it sounds okay.
Okay, cool. Good to see everybody. Bubble Buster is here. We've got I friended you up on PlayStation yesterday, VR Grid, and I'm going to be putting on the headset. I've got 3 VR games that I'm going to be playing on PSVR this week. I've been playing a lot of Valkyria Chronicles 4. It's a massive game. I've been having a blast with it, though. Spoiler alert. Paul Adamson, the 12-year-old Sega fanboy inside of me, is very happy about that. Okay, yeah, we had the Sega Classics, Genesis Classics news for the Genesis, as well as
where darkness
as well as Streets of Rage 4.
Demon Hunters lost.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, I don't know what Victor Vran is. I don't really care.
Are you related?
Let's jump right in.
Are you related?
I don't know what he does, but I think he's going to kill some demons and ghouls. Let's go kill some demons
you
and
scared
ghouls.
a couple people earlier. You said when this day and everything cool is done,
and
people are like, "Oh, are you canceling it? We're not going to do it next year because we'll have done every day."
Yeah. We will revisit this day and everything cool, maybe again in, I don't know, 2021 or something, or 2020, but...
yeah, when enough cool things have happened.
Yeah, or we want to sort of
day.
relook at dates or something like that.
Yeah.
One thing that we did do, and people probably noticed, is we used to do more stories, but it started to get pretty cumbersome with the amount of editing that we had to do, and you guys know how much content we've been making. So maybe that will be one of the things that we do... down the road, is add some more stories to some days or something like that. But yeah, I think we'll come up with some other daily video thing that we will put together in 2019. We've got a few months of This Day and Everything Cool, though. We want to have a nice, complete, year-long This Day and Everything Cool set ready to go, so we can, you know, put that into future episodes or whatever.
Something faint.
Okay, a couple of people have been talking about Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah.
What is Laurel and Hardy, Vic?
That's another trailer. I guess the Laurel and Hardy movie. I think Steve Coogan's in that. Who else is in that movie?
Isn't it Yanny and Hardy?
Yanny? Who's, like, Yanny the singer?
Remember the Laurel Yanny thing, Vic, from like 3 months ago?
No.
That was a meme.
No.
Where it was like the dress thing where some people heard Laurel. It was an audio recording.
Oh, okay.
Some people heard Laurel, some people heard Yanny.
No, I don't follow trends.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done the same thing for 25 years.
Okay, so it's a biopic.
I'm stubborn.
It's a biopic
Okay.
about Laurel and Hardy.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Okay. I mean, I've heard of Laurel and Hardy, the comedian.
I've been on this earth for a little while, and I can tell you that I used to watch Laurel, and not in the theater. Okay, so like cool your jets.
Used to go down to the Nickelodeon.
No,
and,
I used to pay my nickel, and I'd watch 5 movies.
Yeah, and go down to the soda fountain.
They used to play Laurel and Hardy shorts on TV all the time when we had like 10 channels or something like that. And I used to love them. They were timeless. They were fantastic. It's amazing how we just cannot watch black and white stuff anymore. You know, there's some beautiful, beautiful artistic creations that were in black and white. And when I was a kid, I really appreciated them and could still, you know, love them. One of my favorite movies of all time, not black and white, but but it still remains one of my favorite movies of all time, is Singing in the Rain. Just because it's a wonderful movie. It's not just the singing and dancing. It's just a great, funny, cool movie with stellar performances. And it has nothing to do... My love for it has not altered one bit by its age, you know? But I feel like we, more than ever, live in this disposable world, and we just throw stuff away. But Laurel and Hardy were geniuses.
Let me know if the audio is still too loud.
Okay, I don't know. I'm stuck behind this trash. I don't know what I do. Weak spider hatchling. I don't know where I go.
I lowered the audio, but let me know if it's still too loud.
This stuff, like, Nothing drives me crazier than like artificial blocks that I have no idea where I can go, or at least it's not invisible walls. Okay, so it's a maze. I can only go this way. Got you.
Vic, Bubble Buster has a question.
Bubble Buster, go for it.
What games do you expect to be heavily discounted this Black Friday?
Every game. You know, I don't know if you guys go to the digital store sales. I check them out all the time. I think that we should maybe start producing a little bit of content around that, because the sale prices, Steam set the tone here, right? Steam and its Steam sales really kind of got us set up to think like, oh, let's wait a couple weeks and things will go down. But now if you go to the PlayStation Store, or the Xbox Store, or the Nintendo eShop, a little less so with the eShop because it's still kind of new, but the deals are insane.
You have to jump over the barricade, Vic.
Jump?
Yes. See,
Okay.
it's a thing.
But I can't jump over this.
Is that the barricade you're supposed to jump over?
I don't know. It pops up over here. Maybe this way? No, can't do it there.
What's up that street?
Okay.
Sorry, somebody in the chat said that.
But for Black Friday, the sales are going to be crazy. Every single game is going to be on sale, including brand new games. It's getting hyper competitive. And honestly, in terms of price, okay, I could jump over it. In terms of price for value, sort of like the jump-in price, speaking of jumping, it's never been better in games because it's so hyper-competitive. And so it doesn't take long for every game to go on sale, you know? What I hope happens is that limited edition Spider-Man PlayStation 4, which I think is one of the best-looking consoles ever. I've already noticed that it's on eBay.
You with your Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, but it's already on eBay for twice the price. So I hope Sony is making a lot more of those, because that is the ultimate, you know, Christmas console, I think, you know, at least this year. And I hope that there's a lot more of those. But even things like that, if they make more of them, presumably they'll go on sale.
The VR grid. Sorry, were you done?
Well, I would say you done talking.
Are you done talking, Vic? Come on.
I would say if you are hesitating on purchasing something in the game space right now because you're waiting for those sales, you're going to be rewarded.
Yeah, Black Friday, everything's on sale. So.
Everything, man.
The VR grid had a question. What was it? What kind of desk mic do you use? And I'm hesitant to answer it because it has the word Yeti in the title.
Oh yeah, today's
and I promised I wasn't going to say the words Toad or Yeti today. Don't Google them. Don't Google Toad or Yeti, people. Whatever you do.
We're using the Yeti Blue mics, the Blue Mic Pro, I think, and we have better ones, but they're way more finicky. They're kind of styled after old tube amplifier, and they actually have a separate amplifier. And we use those for voiceover and stuff, but they're a lot more finicky for this kind of application. And these are pretty versatile because you can plug them in through the USB. So they're not perfect, but they're not bad. There's still a little too much echo in the studio and stuff, but we can live with it. And I like how plug and play they are. Right?
I wish they were more like one directional.
Yeah.
They didn't pick up as much stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Now maybe those will be some things that we'll look at. We're slowly, you know, we're trying to figure out how to smartly spend money to add pieces and pieces. I think we're going to do a Patreon, guys. I think we are. I've been hesitant on doing it, but I feel like, I mean, you guys can let me know in the chats or the comments afterwards. But I feel like you guys wouldn't mind if we got some more money so we could invest in some more stuff and some more people, and I would like to do that. So I think we've got a good format and we should build on it, but we need support in order to do that. But, you know, finding better mics and better gear and stuff like that would be part of the equation. But, you know, we can do a lot with what we have already.
Taz is asking if we're going to be at Fan Expo. Vancouver.
Yes, we are. I'm putting a couple of ideas together. Okay, so I have to go this way. We are definitely going to be there. Stay tuned. I think that's all I'll say right now.
Okay. Gamer Freak 84. Question, Vic, did you see the new photo of Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik in the Sonic movie? And I've got it right here if you want to look at it.
No, let me see.
Hang on,
I know that it's being shot in Vancouver, so they've been taking set photos and stuff already.
Where's my one?
Okay, jump to climb onto the balcony.
Sorry, my phone is just loading the image. It's dialing up to its modem.
Okay. Remember those sounds?
Oh, these aren't official photos. They're just set photos.
Yeah, people are stealing them. Sneaking pics. Okay, so we are
so
here.
hang on. So
I
here's,
have to jump up on the wall. Oh, I see.
Here's the
jump
set
up
photo.
on the wall. Hold on. Oh, jump here? What? Jump. Get up there. There
You got a
it is.
Ninja Gaiden up there.
Okay,
Vic.
all
Okay,
right.
here, look at the Sonic photos. Vic.
Okay.
So that's James Marsden.
Okay.
He's like a cop or something.
Okay.
And then Jim Carrey. I don't know where Jim. Oh, there's Jim Carrey. He just looks like Jim Carrey.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
okay, now we've seen it. So what are
Okay.
your thoughts, Vic?
It looks like very rough behind the scenes stuff.
Yep.
You know, there'll probably be lots of CG added later.
Hello?
Hello.
Where are they filming this? Because this is Vancouver, right? Ladysmith. Trading.
Yeah.
Oh, they're shooting on the island.
Are they shooting in Ladysmith?
Well, I saw Ladysmith Trading.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, charming town of Ladysmith. So yeah, that's on
Sweet.
Vancouver Island.
Jump, jump, jump.
Ladysmith has a really nice coffee shop I went to with my mother a few years ago.
I think somebody has joined my game.
Oh yeah? Somebody just jumped right in.
Oh, actually, no, they couldn't because I wouldn't be able to hear them unless we were on the Nintendo Switch app. Has anybody got Switch Online going yet? Have they opened that up? Today's the day.
People are telling you to read the text on the screen.
I know. Reach the entrance to Castle Zora. Okay.
There's a gore.
So I have a countdown, 3 seconds.
Sam IM111 question: have you found any solution for backing up the old EPN tapes to digital via crowdfunding? No.
No.
It's a lot of work. We haven't done it yet.
No, and I need to dedicate some time in a day to putting that plan together and putting the. There's a lot coming out and happening. That's that is precisely the challenge. If we're going to be able to make content, we have to focus on what content we're going to make. That is exactly the challenge. I mean, I've got some rough ideas in my head. I just have to put it all down on paper.
Jason Mann, this game is called Victor Vran.
Yes.
It's been out on the PC for several years, and it just came out on the Switch, so
Yep.
we're playing it.
Fall and keep. Let's go. Enter.
Vic, do you think that the people who made this game have played Diablo?
Yeah.
Do you think they've heard of Diablo?
Is there a human alive that hasn't played Diablo?
I don't know. I can't be sure, but I'm getting kind of a Diablo vibe from the look of this game.
Oh, watch out, Hunter. Those dummies look.
Taz, question: any news for EP Posse coordinated multiplayer? Is that a thing we were gonna do?
Yeah, I think we absolutely should do that.
Should we do a Patreon for that one too?
Yeah. No, we should. What we should do is get on the Discord and decide what game it's going to be. I'll take some suggestions right now. What should we do? What game? I mean, it sounds like if we're going to do that, it needs to be a battle royale. If we're going to put like 20 or 30 of us into something, right? That'd be great. Or 100 of us. What other game could we do?
What was that massive action game? Remember that?
Wait.
Mag?
Mag.
I don't think anybody's got Mag going, and I don't think those servers
that game,
are going.
How long did that game last?
Okay,
like
so
2 weeks?
I have to kill the dummies? I've just killed those, like, spiders
It's
and
trying
stuff.
to teach you how to do something.
Okay, attack the
Hit
dummies.
the dummies with
using...
special attacks.
Okay.
So you got to. So you've done one of two. So it's trying to make sure you know how to do your special attacks. There you go.
Okay.
And
And then what? The door's gonna magically open?
probably, yeah. It's,
Okay,
it's how video games work, Vic.
Okay. Now I have healing. Okay.
Jordan Cunningham, hey Vic, what is your favorite Spider-Man animated series? My fave is the 1994 series.
I can't answer that question.
Mine's the one with Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, I've checked out a few, but I'm certainly not a like watched every episode kind of guy. There's lots of episodes of Batman animated stuff that I haven't seen yet either. Watched all the Batman animated, but there's like Beware the Batman and The Batman. There's lots of good ones.
Comment, Nintendo, from Adrian Leon. Comment, Nintendo will be running a maintenance at 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific to update the Switch to 6.0 first, then Nintendo Switch Online service will be up and running.
Gotcha. So
So
tonight...
that's when all the free games and stuff
we will
be.
all be playing NES games tonight.
Yes.
Very cool.
Even though I could easily play them on my my
Classic.
3DS or my NES Classic or any number of other systems that I bought them for over the years.
Okay, what do we do here? The yellow bar next to your health is
Fill
called
your overdrive bar.
Okay.
And use the demon power.
Attack the dummies to build up your overdrive. Like, honestly,
Okay, so you're overdriving your overdrive. Now
Okay.
use it on the dummies.
Okay, don't...
A demon?
Oh, I used it wrong. Okay.
Where did you learn?
No, see now it
Okay,
says
now
use what you've
open.
learned. So
Okay,
now use that
okay.
stuff on these monsters.
Don't put dummies after you've already beat up enemies. Come on. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that kind of makes that's kind of a
So
bad idea,
stupid.
right?
Start with this.
Yeah, because you've already fought real
Like,
things, right?
like we would put up with this at the beginning, but after you've started to kill enemies, you don't throw dummies in there to train you again. Destroy the box. Okay, that'll be exciting.
Wait,
Woo! Okay, here we go.
oh, well, I must be in another dungeon.
Okay, so I got my overkill attacks. Okay. Okay.
Abby Jamison has a nice comment for me.
Graphics aren't great, but
I mentioned Mag earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Abby Jamison is saying, yeah, you should play Lawbreakers.
Wow,
Because
yeah.
Lawbreakers just went offline today. The servers
Oh.
were shut down.
oh man,
Poor Cliffy
talking
B.
about companies going under.
Poor Cliffy B.
Oh man, it's heartbreaking. Sorry I got so real with the Capcom Vancouver talk earlier in the show.
Tiago Santos has a question.
Yes.
Did you play the older Tomb Raider games, and don't you think they were more challenging than the new ones?
They were challenging. I'll tell you what I thought about the older Tomb Raider games. Okay, the first one was incredible because of how innovative it was, how much it sort of represented a fresh take on the action adventure stuff, and the Indiana Jones stuff. Okay, so we've got the vicious shotgun. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm gonna put that in. Okay, so I got a shotgun. Okay. Oh, this is cool. This is making me think of Blackthorn. Test your new shotgun and its special attacks on the dummies. I remember arguing with Tommy about this on old classic reviews. They used kind of tank-style controls where you actually had to kind of turn your character with the digital thumb pad of the PlayStation 1 controller, and it was so clunky and it was so grid-based.
I remember that.
Yeah, so it was very hard to control, especially in the aftermath and the influence of Super Mario 64, which had the precision of an analog thumbstick and a smart camera, and it just felt like the harder you pressed in any direction, there was kind of a rounded, organic kind of vibe to the way Mario ran, as opposed to the way that Lara Croft controlled. So that's what made it more difficult. And of course, the modern Tomb Raiders are all analog controls with analog cameras, and you have a lot more finesse over what you can do. And it's also been, years and years and years of, data-driven design to kind of sharpen the pencil so it appeals to the widest demographic. The games of the 80s and 90s and early 2000s were much more. They were sort of like shooting darts at a dartboard. Maybe we'll get this, maybe we won't get this, maybe we'll get this.
Yeah.
And there was a rawness to the way that content was created back then. That's less so today. It's definitely hit-driven, it's definitely data-driven. And that can dumb down the experience for a lot of hardcore players that remember the old days. But one of the smart things they did with this new one, and I want to see more developers do this, is the difficulty toggles were about exploration, combat,
I kept
and
asking
puzzle
them
solving.
about that because that is so cool.
It's an amazing thing, and
It's
it
like
was
the coolest thing.
Yeah, so you could make one part of the game much more challenging, and I think that's brilliant. And I hope that more developers take that idea.
Every game should have that. That's something that every other game needs to steal.
Yeah.
From them, especially games that are so big and have so many different kinds of things to do.
Test your shotgun and special abilities.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about the original Tomb Raider was you couldn't save. In most, like you had to get those stupid.
Oh my God!
That was so frustrating.
I saved in the middle of a dive fall, right before she hit some spikes, and so every time I loaded, I was throwing the controller around the room. Okay, so I just shot dummies until the door opened. That's ridiculous. That's bad design.
Fancy Fam.
Yeah.
Has a question. I don't know the answer to this. Can you use portable hard drives on the Switch? Can you?
I think you can.
I know you can get an extra. You can buy an SD card and slip it in there, and it gives you more storage.
Maybe that's an update in the making, because I keep having to delete games now. I've got a 256 gig micro SD, but it's packed. So I wouldn't mind something like that. That'd be great.
I mean, the system itself is a portable hard drive because it's a portable system. But
I mean, that's one thing on the inevitable sequel to this machine. They need to improve. They need to put more internal storage.
has Nintendo ever done that? They had one for the Wii U, right?
Or they need to work with a. I'm sure there's an officially licensed Nintendo Switch SD card out there now, but there needs to be a terabyte one that's reasonably priced, you know, or a 2 terabyte one.
Yeah, because I mean, you get a 250 gigabyte one, and what is that, like $100?
Yeah, I mean, it broke my heart to have to delete Bayonetta 1, you know, off my machine. I can re-download it. You know, I sometimes you just want to jump in for a level, you know what I mean? And that immediate access off of a hard drive is the greatest luxury. It's fantastic. I mean, I get the idea of collecting the hard copies, and Johnny Millennium, that's what he's all about, and I totally understand that, and certainly in this idea of things being deleted from libraries like the Apple controversy recently, but there's something so magnificent, especially for somebody that's collected lots of physical copies in his career, about being able to immediately jump into these things for a little bit, you know? And it hurts your heart when you go, no, I need the space, and I delete it. Okay, so there's a treasure over here. So Victor Vran is talking to me, and he guides me a little bit in my earpiece. Okay.
I knew your greed would get the better of you.
It's pretty good. The audio quality is like really present. It's right there in my ears. Okay, there it is.
Jordan Cunningham is saying the Wii U doesn't use external hard drives.
What did you get?
I thought it did. I thought it did.
Oh, I've got speed. Is that going to last forever though?
Nope.
Yeah, I think it went up a little bit.
But I don't see the blue trail behind
you.
you.
It just showed me. But I don't see a countdown timer or anything.
There's something about that voice. Something I can't quite
Rods27.
Yeah.
Would Marvel's potential gaming universe be exclusive to PlayStation or just Spider-Man? That's a huge legal question. I guess it would just be the one owned by Sony.
Multi-platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I think they're saying if they made like a shared universe thing that encompasses the new Spider-Man game.
No, I said this before, but I believe that Sony would be smart enough to share, especially if the publishing responsibilities were shared and the costs and all that. But they would share their Spider-Man in the hopes that there would be some kind of exclusive to PlayStation, extra content involved with some kind of Marvel deliverable. But just like the movie version of Spider-Man is shared with Sony, I don't think PlayStation would say, no, you can't have our Spider-Man. I don't think that would be good for them.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, this Avengers game, if anything, the Avengers game, if Spider-Man isn't in it, Spider-Man should be downloadable content or a bonus piece of content on PlayStation.
I'm like 99% sure he's not in the...
I got kicked out to the thing, or I have to start again?
I don't know. What did you do?
I don't know.
Because the trailers they released that one teaser trailer, and you see that shows like elements of each hero, like you see Cap's shield, and they didn't have any Spider-Man stuff. I think it's just the 5 Avengers that we know from the movies, even though it's not the likenesses. It's not from the movie universe, but I think it's those 5 characters. It's Iron Man, Cap, Hawkeye, Hulk.
You could certainly make a parallel with the way that they sort of frame the story in the movie for sure. Make a cool game universe out of that, and then introduce Spider-Man later. Yeah, but it would be crazy for Spider-Man not to exist.
I would bet Spider-Man doesn't appear in that game.
Well, if it doesn't, then they're going to be eternally teased for that. Like they are with the Fortnite lack of the crossplay there.
The real question is, will Aunt May be in the game? Because that's the character we all care about, Vic, is Aunt May. I want an Aunt May video game. I want to play as Aunt May.
Okay.
People are asking if you're excited for Red Dead Redemption 2, Vic. We're not really excited for that, right?
I am so freaking excited.
We haven't been talking about that every day for the past year.
I'm going to reach out to Rockstar in a fruitless attempt to remind them that I'm going to be at
Now that I think about
New York Comic Con, and perhaps they may want to talk to me about
that's not going to happen.
the fact that it was. So what's better, the Gilded Sword? Yes.
I'm going to try to get an interview with Terrence Malick.
But I don't know if they're planning anything at New York Comic Con, but I'm just going to say, I'm here, guys. I'm in town. Do you guys want me to do anything? But I know they're going to say, yeah. But yes, I'm so excited. But I am super busy in October. There's a lot going on, and I don't want to have to just squeeze Red Dead Redemption in. You know, I want some days to be able to do it and play it.
just stupid.
Tyler Fisher is saying he wants to see R2D2 play RDR2.
I'll call you Vic.
Oh yeah.
Red Dead is the
Oh,
abbreviation.
RDR2. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see R2D2 do anything. It'd be nice if R2D2 did stuff.
R2D2 Let's Plays.
It'd be nice if the new Star Wars movies had R2D2 doing stuff in them.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. This character we all love, maybe we should use him.
That's one of my greatest fears as we, progress towards the singularity. Is the idea that and so much data-driven design out there and stuff around analytics is kind of, the way that games get developed. It's going to be robots making games for robots. And they'll be about humans. Back in the old days, there used to be humans.
The Omega Point is nothing but minds in a jar playing video games made by minds in a jar.
These games make robots smarter. They are about a terribly old life form called humans.
People are kind of arguing because this is a problem with the last game too, is that Red Dead Redemption 2, because it's set in the Old West, it's not going to have the same appeal as Grand Theft Auto because you can't drive cars, there's not a lot of fast shooting guns.
Sure, yeah.
It's a more slow-paced experience.
Well, we kind of said the same thing about Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
There were inherent limitations to what was going to be in that content just by the fact that they chose it to be pirates.
Yeah.
You can't.
You're not going to get in a jetpack and drive around.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something to be said about, present day or future sort of leaning content out there. You have a lot more freedom. And you can throw in pirates too. You can make it space pirates or even modern day pirates.
I mean, the
cosplay
thing is,
pirates.
But the thing
they
is,
should make a cosplay video game.
A good. Well, they had that costume quest.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing. Rockstar's a good game designer knows how to make a concept interesting and fun, even if work with the limitations of it.
Totally.
So it'll be good. Rockstar's made a few good games. They know what they're doing.
Yes, I do believe so.
Is this just like all you're doing in the game is just killing spiders?
So far, it's grinding. Is this all you're doing?
So
in
it's
the game?
nothing like
Kills?
Diablo.
Not at all. Yeah. It's very easy to play. I'm going to switch back to the shotgun. This should be easier. I should be able to... where is my shotgun?
People are asking
Consumables, powers... Oh, there's a Bounty Highlanders outfit. Okay.
People are
Do I
asking...
have this?
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
People are asking when the trailer for the new Avengers movie will drop.
Oh, it'll probably be with Captain Marvel.
Well, no, they'd have to have it before then because that's only 2 months. Like there has to be a trailer at the end of this year.
Oh
right?
yeah, it is. It's in May, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the big Disney movies this year. There's the Mary Poppins movie.
Okay.
The Wreck-It Ralph 2.
That's when it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll probably be Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Has a Big Hero 6 sequel been announced yet?
Didn't they say they were doing that?
Because that'll be time for Disney Animation to throw in some of their Marvel assets because it's a Marvel property, Big Hero 6.
No, they have an animated TV show, but they haven't announced a movie.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Yeah, my money would be on Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Okay.
Getting the trailer.
Not enough overdrive.
Or you'll probably see it before Aquaman.
Okay. Yeah.
You know.
Man, how do you think Aquaman's going to turn out?
I mean, James Wan's a talented filmmaker.
Yes, he is.
Jason Momoa is a talented actor.
He is cool, yeah.
They didn't rush that thing. They delayed it a couple times.
Yeah.
So they took the time to not mess around with that.
Momoa is. I don't know if you remember a terrible movie called Bullet to the Head.
I do remember that movie.
It was terrible.
It's terrible.
But
was he in that?
He was in it, and he was so much more interesting. Just everything about his performance and his character than anything Sylvester Stallone was putting on screen. But you could tell that Stallone kind of limited what the guy got to say.
Was Jason Momoa the bad guy in that?
I think so.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic.
Right. Yeah, I can't remember.
There's a... I don't think he's not Daniel Day-Lewis, but there is an honesty to the what the guy brings on screen. Like he's playing, like every huge personality in Hollywood, he's kind of bringing himself to the screen. But he's such a fascinating dude that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Aquaman. Wonder Woman was decent. I feel like I don't know. Justice League was so terrible, and Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad were terrible.
Justice League was not terrible.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
It was an enjoyable experience for you because you love those characters.
I do, yes.
And I'm not saying that's invalid, but
Yeah.
it is not a good movie.
It was a mess of a movie, but
it's terrible.
There was a lot of fun stuff in that.
Yes, but that doesn't make it a good movie.
I literally got chills through some of those scenes watching it the second time.
Because you love those characters.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that's wrong.
Yes.
I love shitty Star Trek movies
Yes.
because I love those characters,
Yes.
but they're still shitty movies.
Yes. Okay.
Justice League is a
All
shitty
right.
movie.
We will meet in the middle. So I gave it an 8.5. I think when I watched it on 4K
Way too
again,
high.
which is high.
That is a broken movie.
And I knew that. So, and you would probably give it a 6.
I would give it a 3.
A 3.
3 or maybe
Wow.
a 4.
Okay, so we're probably a realistic score for that film is like a 6.5. Or something. Yeah,
God, no.
I think so.
That's a broken movie. 6.5.
I mean, it worked. It was just the dumb CG villain, and but the actors were okay, and
But
the
it's just
action was
watching it,
cool,
you can
and Cavill
tell
was actually great in that.
The
movie.
plot didn't make any sense. You could tell that it was just kludged together from 5 different screenplays and 2
Yeah.
different directors, and
Most of them are.
yeah, but most movies don't feel that way. You look at Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
Infinity War shouldn't have worked, and it works so well.
That was amazing. That was incredible, and it was all about. I mean, that is that honestly deserves so much recognition for the Oscars.
But here's the thing, Vic. Every
It was
movie
an
should
impossible
be
movie to make,
every
and they did
movie
it.
that costs $250 million should be as good as Infinity War.
Right.
So,
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. There's
So
there's too much at stake, and too many smart people have to work together. And
How
they
much
should
does
all be that good.
How much does the best screenwriter in Hollywood cost? $1 million per script?
Probably, yeah.
$1 million is peanuts when a movie costs $250 million,
Yeah,
right? Just
yeah.
hire a good screenwriter, craft a script, and
Yeah.
worry about the special effects and stuff later.
And I would probably hazard to guess that one of the things that derails that is not so much that initial script is bad, it's that every thumbprint afterwards sort of homogenizes it, and it projects what the audience would expect into that redraft, and that's what dumbs down these big blockbusters. They just keep overanalyzing it. There was an artistic kind of sort of truth to the way that they portrayed Thanos and his obsession that made Infinity War just feel so different,
Yeah, because with that movie you can tell that...
And much better than even like Guardians of the Galaxy, where like the Ronan the Accuser was just so bland, like he was easily outclassed by the ferocity of the Guardians. He did not pose a threat.
With Infinity War, I think the reason that works is you can tell that the Russo brothers, Kevin Feige, and the screenwriters, so like that's 5 or 6 people, they were like the singular creative voice on that movie. It's not like there's one person, but it's a small group of people that's directing thousands. And it's not like with Justice League where you can just tell that there were dozens of different executives and producers and people, there were too many cooks in the kitchen for Justice League. Whereas with Infinity War, you can tell it was only about 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, for sure.
In the room making the big decisions. And they were all probably seeing eye to eye on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, Jordan Cunningham wants to know, what are you going to get? What platform are you getting Red Dead Redemption 2 on, the Xbox or the PS4?
I don't care. Yeah, I think I'd prefer to see it on the Xbox because it is a tad more powerful. But I don't mind. It could be on the Pro or the One X. Okay. I don't know where my shotgun went. Okay, my Destiny cards. Okay. You can now equip Destiny cards which grant various... Okay, so let's look at my inventory. And where might those be? There they are. I don't have any Destiny cards. Okay, and where did my shotgun go? I had one. Oh, my shotgun looks like a sword. Vicious shotgun or devastating shotgun? Devastating, more powerful. And why can't I have a sword in one hand? I guess I haven't unlocked that ability yet. Oh, I do. Equip a Destiny card here. Do I have any? No. No Destiny cards. Okay. Okay.
You mentioned Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah.
From the first Guardians movie.
Yeah.
Jason Mann is pointing out that he's back in Captain Marvel.
Right.
Yeah, and so is Jamon Honsoon.
Yes.
Who was in Guardians 1.
Yeah, they'll be a little bit younger.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think they're good guys in this, right? Or they're pretending to be good guys? Because the pictures I saw...
Yeah, Jamon Honsu. I'm not sure.
I think it's Jamon Honsoon.
I think he is a good guy.
Yeah, and Lee Pace too.
I like him, man.
You
He's
see
a
them
good
wearing
actor.
the Green Lantern costume that she was wearing. Like
the Captain Marvel costume.
Yeah, with the Star Trek medical team.
Doesn't it remind you of
shoulder
Green
pads.
Lantern?
It does. I was watching that trailer. I was like, oh, this looks like a good Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing.
It's so tragic what they did with that Green Lantern movie. Oh my god. That Green Lantern movie is worse than the Daredevil. It's worse than the Elektra movie because there was way more money involved. And crazy to think that Ryan Reynolds' buddy, Hal Jordan's buddy, is Taika Waititi, who directed Thor Ragnarok.
God, I totally forgot about that.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy. They should get him to direct the new Green Lantern movie.
I think he's going to direct Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm predicting that movie's not going to get made.
No?
I predict Guardians 3 won't get made.
At all.
At all. No. I mean, how could they? It would only have Rocky Raccoon in it, Vic. But yeah, no, Batista's not going to come back, and yeah, all the other actors like
Who's not coming back?
Batista's not coming back.
Did he say that?
No, but I don't think he will.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna, Disney's gonna be like, nope, you're gone,
And talk him out of it.
And Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana and Bradley Cooper are gonna be like, well, we're contractually obligated, but when we negotiated our deal, it was to be in a James Gunn movie, and now it's not a James Gunn movie.
Right.
I think there's going to be so many problems that are going to snowball, and I don't think he's going to make it. But we'll see. Game Freak 84 is asking, did you see the on-set photos of It 2?
No. How does that look?
I haven't seen them.
Ooh, I've got some. Hope gives me health. Let's do it. Let's go with health.
You like that first It movie, right?
Yeah, it was cool. And I'm not a horror fan. I wasn't really freaked out. I was impressed by the way it was made.
It wasn't scary, was it?
It wasn't super scary, but it was cool.
Yeah. The book's better.
I want to visit that town that they shot it in. It's an Ontario town.
Is it near Cortis?
Cortis? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's near Toronto, but it looked cool.
Ontario's a small place, so
yeah, Ontario's
everything's close. Everything's close together.
Canada, we all know each other. We're small.
Do you know Mike who lives on Yonge Street?
We should walk over to Ontario after the show today.
Yeah, let's go grab a coffee and
okay.
I thought I was the last living hunter.
Victor Vran just arrived. Don't plan on staying long.
Why does every good guy in a game sound like this?
That's what I said when I arrived.
Because they're all trying to be David Hayter.
Heard of him. You could
Okay.
Trying to make sense of what happened.
I'm trying to make sense of what
She
happened.
has another reason to stay here this long.
I'm certain. I need a lozenge.
Did
Do
you
have a
see?
lozenge?
Did you see that Variety did a big cover, or not a cover story, but a big on their front page story where they interviewed Elias Tefexis
Yeah.
about Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
That's
pretty
awesome.
Cool. Variety has been doing a lot of game stuff lately.
Well, they hired Brian Crescente, who was one of the founding people of
Polygon, yeah.
of Polygon, but before that Kotaku, and he has a long career in traditional journalism, He's kind of contentious. He's pissed off some people along the way. I still remember Jeff Brown, one of the ex-PR leads and marketing leads at EA, just yelling at Brian in front of all the journalists that were at an EA event one day because of a story that Kotaku had run. And that was something to see. But Brian's a pro, and honestly, there is so much exciting development in the video game space that it would be foolish for companies like Variety or The Hollywood Reporter not to be doing a lot more game content like that.
I have a what might be a contentious comment from Tyler Fisher.
Oh, what's he got to say?
I just honestly feel that people bandwagon behind Marvel because they have to be cool. Marvel just has never found their films to be A+, or he's never found Marvel's films to be A+.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's all about that comment that you were making about my enjoyment of Justice League. I think it's about those characters. If you connect with those characters,
Nope. That's not why.
you think the movies are better.
The movies are excellent.
Well,
I didn't give a shit about Captain America before Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And I hated the first Captain America.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier is an A+ film.
Yeah, it's
that is an
incredible
excellent
movie.
film.
Yeah.
Infinity War. I didn't know anything about Thanos.
Yeah.
Infinity War is an A+ film. It's an excellent film.
Yeah.
Marvel makes consistently good movies.
Objectively, they are better movies.
They are better movies.
Yes,
They
for
are
sure.
better made. They are better. They have more
But
concise stories. A
if I
singular
can
vision.
fully understand people that just, freaking love the characters on the DC side.
Yeah, no,
And-
I love Batman. I think Batman's great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop me from recognizing that the movies aren't good.
But there isn't a homogeny to the Marvel formula.
Yeah.
And you can see it, and you've commented on that.
But there's also the same thing with DC. It's just homogeneously bad.
Yes. But what I would say about Marvel is even if, and I don't think that this is the be-all and end-all on scores at all, but or the way that criticism should be sort of levied towards artistic work. But if you look at the Rotten Tomatoes or Metacritic scores around the way that most critics have been reviewing the Marvel movies, not only are they objectively higher than the DC stuff, but they're kind of higher than any other franchise IP, period, which is the real Marvel of the Marvel experience.
Because they make such good movies.
They're better than
they're the best.
Quality bar has never been accomplished by anything. Not James Bond, not by Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But I can fully. I mean, that's been 20 movies in 10 years. I can fully see people's exhaustion with that universe.
Sure, but the thing with the Marvel movies is
I don't have that, though.
they're the best AAA popcorn action
Ever.
movies out there.
Ever.
I don't know if ever, but
I
right
think-
now, definitely.
Consistently ever. Like there's never been 20 movies
I see what
in
you're saying,
any franchise
Yeah.
that have been at that.
No, that's true.
Well,
Well, there's never been 20 movies in any franchise until now, except for maybe James Bond, but that took 50 years.
there's 24 James Bond movies.
Yeah, and that took 60 years.
Yeah. Nothing like, I mean, it's just an unprecedented, and they do it again and again, like an unprecedented feat.
Yeah, because and it's not anything magic. It's just they make a good, solid script that obeys rules.
Well, they have 80 years of
intelligent
character development, so even if you're not familiar with
they have
the,
intelligent
yeah.
use of their IP. They know how to use their IP. But
Yeah.
just if you forget all that, just look at the way the movies are crafted. They're well-made films.
And chaperoned.
Yeah. DC doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, and honestly, like, if Lucas had stayed with Star Wars to shepherd it, but worked with a stable of filmmakers that weren't afraid to voice their own opinions about where they were going to go, tell me that those Star Wars movies would not be all more interesting.
Which ones? Prequels?
Well, the prequels, he was on his own, and
Because that was the problem. There was
everybody was a yes man, and everybody just agreed with George, and you can see that they didn't really agree with him, but they just said whatever they had to say to stay employed. But if Disney had bought this stuff and said, "Look, George, we need you to shepherd this,"
he wouldn't have wanted to. But I agree, they would be much more interesting.
He didn't want to
films.
because he bared the brunt of the criticism for the prequels, and it was an exhausting thing for him. But anyways, it's a whole series of hypotheticals, but tell me Star Wars would not be in a better place right now.
They would be much more interesting films.
Right,
yes.
if Lucas worked with the exact same filmmakers, but he had a kind of Yoda-like mentorship or a Yoda-like sort of guidance for
Yeah.
where they were going to go with all that stuff, and maybe wrote out all the outlines. And
The closest thing they have, I guess, would be JJ, but he's never had
he's overinvested. He's in 2 major franchises.
yeah.
Plus
But he's
all,
never had like
He's
a.
in Mission Impossible. He's got all this other stuff going on.
JJ's a good like he absorbs another franchise and just makes it, but there's no like JJ-ness to it. You know what I mean? Other than like a lens flare.
Yeah,
He
you're right.
he knows he comes into another franchise and makes it the best it can be.
I honestly,
But he doesn't make it JJ.
I'm a huge fan of his, and I've loved his. Like, I thought Felicity was a cool show. I loved Alias. I loved his take on Mission Impossible 3. I love The Force Awakens. I loved that he committed to it. I love the first Star Trek movie that he did. I'm a huge fan of his.
Yeah, he's
But
an excellent. I'm not saying he's bad.
But I feel like he's
He's not distinct as a filmmaker.
Well, he should make an Alias film or something that is uniquely his.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And show us what his voice really is and focus only on that. Like, just go out there and say, this is the only... I'm not doing 90 things at the same time, which his name is attached to too much stuff, and like he's got a huge company to run, and they're making video games, and like, how do you have focus on all of that stuff at once, you know?
Yeah, they need the Kevin Feige of the Star
They
Wars.
needed Kevin Feige, and you know, Kathleen Kennedy should have been that, but I think she was also dealing with keeping Lucasfilm in San Francisco.
But that's the thing. That's the problem, because
covered
Kathleen Kennedy was never like the head creative person.
Yeah.
She's one of the best producers that's ever lived.
It's a
Yeah.
skill
But
hunter.
she's produced some of the best films of
And
all
she's
time.
hired great people.
But she was never the creative person,
Yeah.
right? I'm not saying she's creatively inept, but she was never. That was never what she did. So it was silly to expect her to do that from the get-go, right? Like, she's a money person. She's a producer person, like organizational person. She's not a story
get on
person. They need to have a Kevin Feige of the Star Wars movies and of DC.
It's very easy to talk about other things while you're playing Victor Vran, because it's very easy to play this. But I have to say, it's also pretty fun. It's pretty addictive, and this is not nearly as polished as what we've seen for Diablo 3, the Eternal Collection. But it's available right now, and it's pretty fun. I'm having a good time. Too many spiders, a lot of grinding, but that's part of the game.
Does it live up to the name Victor?
I like that it has Victor in it, but you can play this local co-op and online co-op, and it's pretty impressive.
How much more did you want to play of it?
I
I
mean,
got
that's
a-
the thing.
I got a long question.
Okay, let's hear some questions.
Okay. Oh wait, where did it go? Okay. Abby Jamieson. Question: do you think game engines will get to the point where they may be an alternate to standard CGI workflow for motion pictures? Example: the Weather Channel recently started using Unreal Engine 4 for a
Yes.
segment. So I think she means like using a game engine to make special effects in a movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's happening right now. Unreal is used on set. Like, if you watch the behind the scenes on Ready Player One, they're using Unreal tech to craft sets and characters, and
But they're not.
They're not used
There's not
in
using
real
to
time.
to finalize the thing.
No, but it allows the artist to kind of prep the work that then is, interpreted for final renders. Because that's the one thing with movies, is they have this amount of time in special effects that they can take a full render pass, and we're not going to see that go away. But I think we're going to see it in episodic television very soon. We're going to see real-time stuff,
Yeah.
and very fast iteration on effects happen very quickly. And I know personally that there are game developers that are thinking about how to do that for television right now. And we're going to see studios like Netflix go, oh my God, we need huge, special effects in a comic book show or whatever. And Unreal tech
We
in
need it
real
done
time is
quickly.
going to be so, I need it done quickly. That's going to become so important. But the other side is we're going to see previs work be ported right over to game engine stuff. And I think we have not seen anything yet when it comes to the way licensed work is going to be exploited in the video game industry. We've seen that a lot for a long time. But now it's going to be the same asset pool that's being used for a film be ported directly over, or a TV show be ported directly over to in-game experiences. And that's going to be cool, as long as the story crafting and the mechanics are all solid.
Do you
That's going to be a
remember
big part of it.
when did you watch the behind-the-scenes stuff for Avatar, James Cameron's
Yeah,
Avatar?
yeah.
What they did with like they had little models and then they would be like performance capture and then they would get
Yep.
sort of like the previs exactly the way it was and then just render it.
Yep.
Like why is that not being done more? You know
It
what I mean?
is,
Like
and that's the super.
not
hot-
really though, not that same workflow. Like it's more like
Well, that's what they're
traditional
working on
animation.
right now. They're absolutely like if you look at Ready Player One's production sort of methodology, you can see that they're thinking this is game asset. You know, like they took game assets and they made them movie assets, but you can see that they're also thinking this could be. And I think had Ready Player One hit with the cultural impact that maybe everybody was hoping for, that's exactly what would have happened. A lot of that work would have, and I know they made a VR thing, and there was stuff that exploited some of that stuff, but I think if it had been the hit that everybody was hoping it would have been, it didn't quite get there. They would have probably used a lot more of that content in some game material. But it's coming. Absolutely, it's coming. I mean, this next generation of machines and the things like real-time ray tracing that NVIDIA just showed off, we are going to see some incredible stuff in real time. We're going to see fully animated stuff that's done with Unreal Engine 4 or whatever, and Unreal Engine 5, that will become Netflix television shows.
So how many different enemies have you killed already? You've killed a spider. I've seen spiders, zombies, and
Let's
ghosts.
see. They have there's the codex. So let's look at the monsters. So we've
This game is very repetitive.
a lot of spiders
Lots of spiders.
and one wraith, Forgotten King, very Lord of the Rings like, and some undeads. Okay, I had I had a skeleton and a flaming
The
skeleton.
smell of rotting flesh.
Okay, it's very repetitive, but all of these overhead role-playing games are. I think we're gonna go back to a blade. Do I have? Oh, I have an axe. Okay, I have a hammer. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Oh yes. Okay.
Ryan Landis question: if they ever made a Metroid movie, who would make a great Samus?
Ooh.
Jessica Chastain is good in everything.
I like Annabelle Wallace. She's kind of her star is rising. She's
who
in
is that?
Tag, which is where I just saw her, but she was in The Mummy, which was probably not on her IMDb anymore.
Who is she? The blonde, the girlfriend?
Yeah. And I think she's in Peaky Blinders, but she's got a cool look, and she's young, and her star is rising.
Daisy Ridley.
She's cool. Okay.
Are we done?
Yeah, that's Victor Vran. That was fun. So that's a good question.
So you enjoyed this?
Ryan Landis. Yeah.
Are you gonna keep playing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing it. Yeah. I mean, I knew what I was in for. I dug it. It's giving me a little bit of the Diablo kind of taste,
Just a little.
but I want Diablo, and
It
we all
looks
want
exactly like Diablo.
Diablo. Well,
From what I
where
saw.
do we see Diablo running on this?
Yeah, that's
Because this Diablo has been refined and like Blizzard doesn't just release it and then port it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
keep
Blizzard-
tweaking and yeah. They're awesome.
Okay, bye everyone.
Okay, you guys, that's going to do it for our EP Live episode today. We had a ton of fun with you guys today. Hope you guys had a good time. Dedicating this show to everybody at Capcom Vancouver. I hope all of you find work quickly and you are doing things that you love out there. And I hope that you are all finding games that you love and movies that you love and enjoying all of that stuff as well. Lots to be entertained by. The world can be a tough place. And that's why entertainment is so important and valuable and worth our time. And it's great to be excited about all this stuff. This is coming from a guy that's been doing this for a long time, okay? And I think about, why am I so passionate about this? And maybe I should do other things. But then I realized, look, this is what life is about. These are some of the great gifts of being alive, is being able to enjoy fun entertainment and great video games and great stories and, you know, all that stuff. You know. Listen, we've got lots of other content on the channel for you to check out, so please do. And if you dig it, hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell. And if you're so inclined, we have the join button on our gaming.youtube.com/EPNTV channel. YouTube, why don't you just put that damn join button all across the platform? Make our lives so much easier. But thank you to everybody that does join. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new EP Live for you. Until then, you got to play forever.